money is a terrible master, terrible master. It will drive you into the ground if it's running your life, but it is an amazing servant. If you tell your money what you want from it, if you tell it where to go and you understand funds, like those funds that are available through Vanguard, changes everything. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode number 250 of the Game On Girlfriend podcast. All right, you know I love money. If you are just dipping your toes into the world of money and you feel intimidated or it feels like it's this hard, weird, complicated thing, I want you to understand first and foremost, that is by design. But honestly, managing your money well isn't really that complicated, but boy, do people love to make themselves feel important by making it sound complicated. Well, as I consider it my job to put more money in the hands of more women, I like to deconstruct the scary and make it super simple. So, in today's episode, I want to share with you the top 5 books I really think can make a massive difference in your financial journey and also in helping you create a brand new relationship to money. So, pop in those earphones and let's get to it. All right, so let's get started on these amazing money books that I really love. These are books I actually recommend to my one-on-one clients. These are books I've just shared with friends. They are all over. If you're in my world, I love sharing this information with people because it just makes it easy to follow. And it's also really inspiring. You know, there's that phrase that if you really want to be successful, hang out in a room full of people who've already accomplished what you want. And I think reading books like this from people who struggled and made it through and figured things out is so helpful because it shows you that you can do it too. So let's start with book number 1. It's called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Now, what I really love about this book, hang on to your hats and glasses because at the end, he talks about very specific stocks that you can purchase or decide to invest in through Vanguard.com. Now, I am not an affiliate of Vanguard, but everybody that works with me knows I am a huge fan, and I am actually invested in my own funds inside of Vanguard. And I found the information that Morgan put in this book to be so helpful. He really breaks down exactly where their money is, how they've decided to divide it up inside of retirement and before they retired. And it's that simple breakdown that makes this book so valuable. But the other thing I think you're really going to love about this book is the first opening chapter. It talks about how nobody on this earth decides one day to wake up and mess themselves up financially. Do you know what I'm saying? I love this part so much. And he breaks it down into specific circumstances. So if you've been beating yourself up for where you are financially or judging others, think of family members, spouses, your children, anybody in the way that they're using money. It's probably either a fear they haven't dealt with or something they just don't know. And the way that the author breaks this down in the opening segment of this book, I think will give you so much grace around your own money, but it will also alleviate some of the stress you might be feeling as you look at how other people are handling their money. Because a lot of the times we have strange reactions to that because there's something we haven't healed. This book will help. All right, the second book I really want to recommend is Quit Like a Millionaire. There are 2 authors on this one, and they are actually romantic partners, and it's so great to watch their journey. It's Christy Shen and Bryce Young. Now, their journey together, you guys, they started their investment journey right before one of the biggest stock market crashes we've all ever experienced. And I so appreciate her honesty about this journey. So these 2 beautiful humans are part of the FIRE generation. If you don't know what that means, it stands for Financially Independent Retire Early, the FIRE generation. So what they do is they share how they were able to retire well in their 30s. And this is not like some crazy scheme. And I love that the subtitle of the book talks about not needing a trust fund. Like this is what real human beings have done in order to save enough money to be able to retire and actually enjoy this one beautiful, precious life that we have. And I love that it's not about, diamond necklaces or riding in limos all over the town. Now, if that's what you want to do and that's what the money's for you, that is awesome. And that is your game to play. And for most people, that feels a little like of a stretch, or it feels a little weird, or it's like, yeah, that's really what I want, right? Like you can kind of find yourself somewhere in those extremes. But what I appreciate about this book is the practical approach. These are 2 regular human beings who have figured out exactly how to invest in the market in a healthy, consistent, sustainable way. And the sustainable piece, I think, is the most important, because how many of us have gone on to like create a financial plan and then, I don't know, a catalog lands in your inbox, right? Like it happens to everybody. And I think the way that they approach this is so sustainable that anyone, literally anyone, could pick it up and understand it. Now, this is a book, you guys know I'm a huge advocate of your local library and using it as much as you can. This is one book I recommend you get in an actual hard copy in your world, because she goes into great detail about IRS rules, how you can pull out your money without creating taxable events, all legally, nothing crazy, but it's very specific and very detailed. And I recommend you get a copy for yourself to keep on your desk. All right, book number 3, The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. I love this book so much. Now, it was written years and years ago, but the truth of it still holds. This idea that money is somehow intrinsically evil, or that we can't control it, or that we don't understand it fully, that just gets debunked in this book. And it is done in such a beautiful, artistic, simple way that as I remember the airplane I was on as I was reading this, and it just like page after page, it was like, oh my gosh, the truth after truth after truth. So if you've struggled with even having a desire for money, like you feel guilty about the fact that you want more money, or you feel like you shouldn't want more money, this book will absolutely help, in that you understand. She doesn't say it quite like this, but you will understand that money is simply a magnifying glass. If you are wonderful and amazing, money allows you to be even more wonderful and more amazing and more generous on this planet. If you're an asshat, well, it can let you be a bigger one of those too. But you get to decide, and that the soul of money is something you can understand and appreciate. And it brings this fear that we can feel, this kind of like, it's almost like this floating feeling of unattainability, right? It just has that disappear, and in the most clear, sincere, honest way possible. I really recommend this book if you've been struggling with your own ambitions around money. All right, book number 4 is Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Now, I believe this is a must-have for entrepreneurs, because the desire to spend when you're running a business is very, very high, right? You want the best of everything. You want to look like your competitors. You want to be able to compete on the highest stages. And you've got to earn the right to actually be there, not just from a business perspective, but from a financial perspective. And I have never seen a formula like Mike Michalowicz's formula that works so beautifully. It is a common sense approach to removing profit first out of your business. The concept is, it's almost like having, let's say you're a little bit on a diet, just say, right? And you're having dinner. If you put your dinner on a smaller plate, chances are you'll eat just what's on that plate. Well, Michalowicz has the same idea for your business. If you remove the profit first, you will only deal with the operating expenses that are left. And that will have you consistently stay on track and never go into debt, or even, as so many business, and we are talking about multi-million-dollar businesses here, you guys, like one bad month away from crumbling, right? They might look like they're making a lot, but they're spending so much that all it's going to take is a couple rough weeks and they're going to be in real trouble. If you're just starting out, or if you've already started, right, and you're like, oh, that might be me, this is the book to grab. Again, a common sense, totally normal approach. You'll go, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. One of my favorite tips here is, if you are selling a product, right, a physical product, is every time you make a sale, you then save inside your operating costs exactly how much it costs for you to create that product. And then the next time you go to order your supplies, you will already have the money. I know. It's tips like that that will have you pick up this book again and again. And just like Quit Like a Millionaire, this is a book that you're going to want to have on hand. So get a hard copy. All right, last but not least is Unshakeable by Tony Robbins. Now, there is a massive book, and that book is Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Now, because it's so big and thick, and he interviewed so many wealthy people to understand how they deal with their money, it's complicated to digest. I mean, it really is. I still recommend it, but it's like pithy. It's not armchair activity to read that book. But Unshakeable is kind of like the Cliff Notes. And he wrote it on purpose, knowing that Money Master the Game was so thick and comprehensive. So Unshakeable is kind of like I said, it's kind of like the Cliff Notes version of that, but it goes into great detail on how to save and, most importantly, how to choose the right financial planner. And this is such a big deal because remember when I started this episode, I was talking about the complexities of money and how we're all made to feel like we're big dodo birds and we don't understand it when it's never more than fourth grade math. Promise that there are a lot of titles and a lot of ethical things going on in money. And he rips the curtain wide open in this book to help you understand what these titles mean, what it gives financial planners the right to do and not do, and how it ends up robbing the American public of millions of dollars in fees. If you just take a minute, really, you can read this book in a weekend and really understand who's managing your money and how. This is such a great book for you to pick up and really digest so that you can manage your money in a way that has it grow as fast as possible. Now, I have a little tiny bit of a bonus book here, and it's sort of like attached to Unshakeable. It's called Boggleheads. Now, this book is about the founding of Vanguard, which I spoke about earlier, why this company was created, what happens inside of it, and why there's so many of us who are such huge fans. And again, I don't get an affiliate fee if you sign up. I just want you to grow your money because I know the world will be a better place when there's more money in the hands of more women. So that's like a bonus book you can pick up to really understand why these specific index funds were created and how they can help you grow your wealth so that your money is working hard for you. Because there is an underlying philosophy that I carry with me all the time, besides more money in the hands of more women, right? This is inside all of my work inside the Abundance Academy. This is what is the foundation of my one-on-one work with my clients in their own business. And that is that money is a terrible master, terrible master. It will drive you into the ground if it's running your life, but it is an amazing servant. If you tell your money what you want from it, if you tell it where to go and you understand funds, like those funds that are available through Vanguard, changes everything. It can really, really change where you go in this world, how you approach your money, and how you allow it to grow for you so you can continue to enjoy your life even more in whatever way matters most to you. All right, so the links to all these books are underneath this video. If you're watching on YouTube, they are in the show notes. If you are listening in, please do yourself a favor. Do this work. Until they start putting Basic Money 101 in elementary school, which is where it belongs, this is what we've got, and I really urge you to take advantage of it. The world is your oyster, and I really do believe what I say. The world will be a better place when there's more money in the hands of more women just like you. Go get them.